This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on a Tuesday. Good morning, Bob. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. Doing well, sir. Doing well.
Bodie?
Morning, fellas. How we doing?
Good day?
Yes, sir. Great day.
Lots going on today. Big show lineup for you today. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin. 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, Twitter, and Facebook. Catch the show from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Download the podcast anywhere you get your audio. And special thanks, obviously, to Ben and Tyler for all their hard work. We've heard people in the chat were saying yesterday it was a little echoey. I think we got that fixed. Sounds like we do. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in with the new studio here. Download the podcast anywhere you get your audio. Like I said, big show lineup for you today. Let's talk about the NFL. Couple of trades, maybe. Kind of big. We'll discuss that. Have Jake Burns, Browns Film Breakdown at 7:40. Talk about what the Browns did yesterday. Royals beat the Reds yesterday 9-2. Second of the 3-game set tonight at 7:10. Guardians were off. They're at the Yankees tonight at 7:05. Game 1 tonight, Vegas and Carolina in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Vegas Tortorellas taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. That's at 8 o'clock. Knicks and Spurs tomorrow night, 8:30. Game 1 at that one. Memorial Term begins Thursday. Bob, how old were you the first time you went to the Memorial?
I think probably 21, maybe. I would imagine. I think it was after my junior year, going to my senior year, possibly. Maybe after, because I was dating my wife, so it would have been into my junior year.
I got you. I think I went the first time I was like 14. I think the first time I went. It's such a huge deal, though, that it's the 50th one this year now, too, and the 50th anniversary of it, which is huge. And but yeah, what an incredible gift we have here in Central Ohio to have that, because a lot of people call it like it's almost the fifth major. I know that the TPC is one of the ones they talk about, but the Memorial is such a huge deal, and so happy and so I think fortunate, Bob, we have that here in Central Ohio.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge feature for us. People come in from all over the place for it, and you get a lot of great golfers that come through here. But, it's always kind of the unofficial start of summer. And a little later this year, they moved some things around as they've been shifting the PGA schedule. So a little bit unique of kind of just how it hit with the calendar this year. But, should be the weather looks pretty decent, which always makes for a good time.
And we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen the whole Pro-Am list yet, but I know Peyton North plays in it. Steph played in it last couple years, I think Steph Curry, and his dad, Dell, and then his brother, Seth, also played in it. I haven't seen all the names that have been listed yet for that in the Pro-Am, but that's always a lot of fun on Wednesdays when they do that.
Yeah, it's one of the feature events. It's a good time for families to get out there if you want. So if you got your kids, you want to get some access, see some people, head on out to the Pro-Am and practice round.
How many days will we be out there this year?
Go out. I'm doing the show with Rothman on Thursday, and I'll probably go out with my wife and friends on Friday. So, for exhibition purposes, just really Friday.
All right, Bob, how about you make me smarter?
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Professor General, do your thing.
It is Tuesday, June 2nd, the 153rd day of the year, 212 days remaining, this 2026. This day, 1835, P.T. Barnum begins his first U.S. circus tour. This day, 1925, the New York Yankees' Lou Gehrig begins his 2,130-game starting streak, the Iron Horse, if you will.
Wally Pipp had a headache. Couldn't play that day. Garrett comes in, never gives it up until, he gets his own disease.
That's true. This date, 1928, Velveeta cheese is created by Kraft. 1935, Babe Ruth announces his retirement as a player. 1942, Ted Williams enlists in the United States Navy during World War II. And in 1953, despite her recent passing, I believe was the longest tenured monarch in British history, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth at Westminster Abbey.
And with what pride shall those who watch recall in after years, I saw the Queen on Coronation Day. The royal party glance up as squadrons of RAF jet fighters sweep past in tribute. Elizabeth, so proud a name she bears, one that spelled greatness for our country in another age. Elizabeth crowned the head of a great family of nations. Long may she reign.
It's a joke.
What's
It's a joke,
the joke?
Bob. They have no power. The royal family has no power.
I understand how that works.
That's what I'm saying. It's a joke. It's like, I don't know why we make such a big deal about who's king, queen, prince, whatever. It doesn't make any sense.
Who is we?
We the people.
The United States? I don't know
Yes.
if many Americans do. Some.
Well, we're
It's nothing
talking.
to do with
no,
us.
I understand that, Bob. I'm saying though, like the fact if you're king, queen, prince, princess, whatever, really doesn't matter.
King in the North.
There we go.
I
don't
mean,
know.
they're
That's your-
really the. I mean, she's.
Game of Thrones.
They're really the head diplomats of the nation.
But they don't have any political power.
Neither, what do diplomats really have?
Well, Shirley Temple. She was a diplomat.
Do you feel in power?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, Jeffrey.
What?
This date 19. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay. This date 1962. I Can't Stop Loving You by Ray Charles hits number 1. In 1966, Strangers in the Night tops the list by Frank Sinatra.
Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night, up to the moment.
Banger.
This date 1973, the former Beatle Paul McCartney and My Love hit number 1. And 1979 by Donna Summer, Hot Stuff.
Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. I need some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I want some hot stuff, baby.
And the final little music of the day. In 1984, starring Andrew Ridgely. And maybe George Michael as well.
Hey, listen. I don't plan on going solo. I don't, Bodie. I don't plan on going solo.
Wake Me Up Before You Go by Wham hitting number 1.
Wake me up before you go, 'cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing.
There we go. Through the music news, 1985, Everybody Wants to Rule the World hit number 1 as well. But if we hadn't, we got that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh, did I not?
No, you got it. It's
yeah,
on the
okay.
list.
Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Did you say 85, Bob?
85.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kicking off this summer, I guess, a bunch of new number 1s
Yeah.
every year. And then this day, 1997, Tim McVeigh is convicted on 15 counts of murder for his role in the Oklahoma City
You say
bombing.
15?
Yeah.
That's all he got?
Does it really matter?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it was more than 15 if he died.
168 people.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't figure it's only 15.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. They charged him with 15 counts.
Kill him 168
convic-
times.
He was convicted with that. And I believe executed, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he was, yeah.
Some birthdays today. The First Lady of the United States, Martha Washington, born on this date, 1732. Former Cowboys GM and President Tex Schramm, born on this date, 1920. One of the first people Jerry fired, I think, when he got in there.
Nice.
He fired, what, Tex and Landry the same day?
I think so. And then the Beeve turning 78 today, Mr. Jerry Mathers.
By the way, have you given any thought to your vocation in life?
Huh? Dr. Compton wants to know what you'd like to be when you grow up.
Yes. Would you think of being a lawyer or a scientist? Perhaps a doctor?
I don't think so. Doctors have to wash their hands all the time. Besides that, they smell funny.
What would you like to be in life?
Well, I thought maybe a garbage collector.
Garbage collector. Now, why a garbage collector?
Well, you don't have to wash your hands all the time, and nobody cares how you smell.
Well, that's an original way of looking at it.
The Beef.
Barbara Billingsley was the mom. Hugh Beaumont was the dad. Tony Dow was Wally Cleaver. One comedian, Bob, once said the dirtiest words spoken on television related to that show. When one time, Hugh Beaumont, the dad, said, "Hey, June, a little hard on the beaver last night." Go ahead.
There we go. Turning 74 today, the 14th commissioner of the NHL, Mr. Gary Bettman, the people's champ. Everybody loves him.
That year they canceled the season. People were a huge fan of that.
Listen, I was a huge fan because we got discounted jerseys. I got my son
Nice. There you
a personalized 99 Jackets jersey with a C on it that was like $20.
Not bad.
No, great deal.
Who did
you
he play
go.
for?
No games, but you know what? We'll get the jersey.
Got the jersey though for a good deal.
Turning 72 today, Dennis Haysbert. Better see him on the Allstate commercials. Pedro Serrano out of Major League, also in 24, 72 years old.
I urge you in the strongest possible terms not to indulge any rumors or theories that you may have already heard or may soon hear. Once the facts are known, I will present them to you myself. Until then, know that we are all safe and that we will continue to be safe. The most patriotic thing that we can all do today is to keep living our lives. So I urge you all, go back to work. Go back to school. Because the freedom we enjoy, the freedom that we earn every day, is the very thing that will defeat our enemies and keep us strong. God bless America. God bless us all.
Is that 24?
Yes. Yep.
I figured that much. I watched some of that, not all of it. Turning 71 today, funny man Dana Carvey.
And who could have led us into that chasm, Jimmy? Who was behind the wheel of our Lincoln Town car when we drove into the Crazy 8 Motel? Who could it be? Who could it be? I just can't imagine who. Could it be Satan?
No, church lady, it was not Satan, it was George Bush. He's behind the whole thing.
Zip it, Pat. Clamp it down. Give Mr. Mouth a rest. Here, we're closing. There, we're happy.
Carvey's good.
What was that from? Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. Church Lady, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He was so good in that. He did that. He created so many great characters on SNL, and also did great Ross Perot.
He was very good as Ross Perot.
A great George Bush.
And they brought him back. He did a really good Joe Biden.
He did. You're right. Yeah.
They brought him back. If you
Yep.
look at the recent stuff that they did, that was him in there.
Yeah.
Very good. Turning 68 today, former wrestler Lex Luger. And I'm sure you enjoyed watching this skit. I don't know what you were able to pull, Bodie, but Mr. Wayne Brady, one of the all-time
here we
nice
go.
guys, turning
Here we
54.
go.
I'll get some money. All right, right here.
Mr.
Where's the
Right,
ATM at?
okay.
We at it. Hey!
Hey, Dad.
Hose, Dave Hose. Good evening, bitch.
Good tonight.
That's what I like to hear. That's nice. Hey, baby. Thank you. All right, more power to me. All right, thank you, baby. And, Raquel, what's this?
Sorry, Daddy.
What mean sorry, daddy? What the hell did you... Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Did you enjoy watching that,
That
Bodie?
was pretty good. I had not seen that before. That is very funny.
Chappelle was pretty creative.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
the stuff he
he
put
was.
together was remarkable.
He
Absolutely.
got it. The reason that whole thing came together, Bob, was because they did a skit earlier, maybe a year earlier, and they, you remember Negro Damas?
Yeah.
Okay. And he said that Wayne Brady makes white people feel comfortable or something like that.
Yeah.
And Brady got ticked off about it. And so Brady goes, look, why would you do this to me? And so they did this skit after that to kind of atone for that.
All to atone to make him look like a degenerate.
Look, he was tough. He was a gangster with an A.
It's so good. Two-time, second all-time in international goals for the U.S. Women's National Team. Retired now, Abby Wambach.
Lloyd striding, stretching forward here for the USA. It has been a huge, wholehearted effort from the States. Rapinoe, Wambach! 2-2! That's what you call USA razzle-dazzle!
Razzle-dazzle.
Spirit! Oh, they've got it by the bucket load! What a finish! Abby Wambach! Wambach rises, plants the header. If you want it to go to anyone, you want it to go to Wambach. What a finish. The script really written for that lady. We are set for penalties.
PKs. Then some passings. Passing. I found this to be remarkable, and you probably didn't know this. So Lou Gehrig started his streak today.
Yeah.
He also ended his streak today.
Of life.
Really?
1941.
I thought it was in July. No? I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to look it up.
That's what it said on Wikipedia, so you know it's right.
Yeah. Streak ended on May. It says it's ended on May 2nd, 1939.
No, not that streak.
Yeah, no.
His life streak.
No, his life streak. Yes, I got you.
June 2nd?
No. It's saying that Gehrig's streak ended. His consecutive game streak ended on May 2nd.
I'm talking about his life streak.
His life streak is different. Yes, you're right.
I said
I'm with you.
The ultimate streak.
Well,
He began it on this day, and then he also left on this day. I don't know, was this the day he gave the speech?
No, July 4th, 1939 was when he gave the speech.
Okay.
Today, I consider myself.
But he died. He died within 2 years.
That was pretty good, Tito. Keep
Thank
going.
you very
They
much.
said that he was showing ALS while he
June
was still
2nd,
playing.
1941.
Gosh.
17 days before his 38th birthday is when he died.
Ooh, 37.
He was 30. Yeah, right. Yeah, today. I consider myself the luckiest man. By the way, really
The luckiest?
man. Seriously, it's like
They may be tough.
I know they're cheering for you, but you're 37.
Well, I don't know if he really knew what was in store for him for the next 2 years. Then passing away on this date, 2024, one of the legendary offensive linemen, and some might say the best, probably since Lincoln.
Oh.
Mr. Larry Allen.
Nice guy. But when he came on that field, Larry said he had a job to do. And his job was to go through you. Larry bench press 692 pounds. I still remember that. 692 pounds. When a man can bench press 692 pounds, that man can launch you.
Is that Nate Newton talking?
It's like going against a bear, man.
Speaking
he's
of
just
drugs.
humongous.
John Randall.
Man, he'll
Okay.
grab you, pick you up, and start laughing. And there's nothing you can do. It's like going against a car. You're trying to stop him, and you're just sliding. I've seen him take linebackers, just drop him 20 yards. Not 5, not 10, 20 yards. And you go back in the huddle, that linebacker looking at you going, what am I supposed to do? Do the best you can. Do the best you can.
Do the best you can.
Allen was the clean one, right? Newton was the dirty one.
What do you mean dirty?
Who got busted for the drugs?
What does that have to do with being dirty?
Okay.
Nate said he was doing steroids.
No, Bob. Okay.
Nate Newton, I promise you, was not doing steroids.
Okay. Who was transporting drugs?
Nate Newton.
I believe,
Okay.
yeah,
Juicy.
it was Nate Newton on that.
Okay, that's not dirty. Transporting drugs.
And when you talk about dirty in sports, you talk about people
Yeah,
doing
I honestly thought you meant
steroids.
steroids,
Okay.
and I
All right.
was lost.
Which one was the good guy? Which one was the drug guy?
I don't know that I would define Larry Allen as a good guy.
You wouldn't?
Why do you say that with surprise?
I've heard nothing negative about Larry Allen.
Not negative. He was just one of the toughest dudes around. and
Okay.
Not a bad dude, but I don't know if people would define Nate Newton. Really nice guy.
That's
like to sell weed. and was going to be the best. He came in and told us, because I tried to be the best football player I was going to be. And once I figured out what I was going to be next, I was going to be the very best at that. It just so happened to be transporting drugs.
If I say to you who is cleaner, Larry Allen, Nate Newton, what would you say? Just cleaner. If I just say the word cleaner, who is it?
I wouldn't associate that with either one of them.
Who's dirtier?
Neither one of them are dirty.
Okay, all right.
I mean, Larry Allen was a monster. I think he was the best offensive guard of all time.
I believe that to be true. I'm saying Larry Allen did not get into drug trouble. Nate Newton did. That's why I said that cleaner and dirtier. But that's okay. We can have different definitions of it. Newton had some issues that Allen did not have.
I don't know that like transporting drugs is dirty. It wasn't like he doesn't do drugs.
Wait, you don't think transporting drugs is dirty?
Everything that he's doing now would be legal in the state of Ohio. So, in about half the states in the country,
it would be now. Yes, at the time though, it was dirty. Fair?
Not really. If it's legal now, do you consider okay?
The same reason, Bob, we don't go back. You can't go back and argue speeding tickets from 10 years ago. If now it's 65 on that road, it used to be 55. You can't go back and argue that. You were busted for going 65 and a 55. Now it's 65, it doesn't matter.
Do you consider all of the guys who are taking money dirty for college football over the last 20 years prior to the NIL? Coaches involved too.
Yeah.
You do.
I consider it dirty, yeah. If you were going against the rules.
Complicit in a part of that?
Look, if you took money...
Jim Tressel dirty?
I think Jim Tressel made mistakes.
Okay,
I don't think it's dirty.
Now, this is the thing. I told you, I'll just give you enough rope to hang
appreciate
yourself.
that. I'm going to hang myself, Bob.
You'd be a great witness to be able to cross-examine because you take such a strong stance on things without thinking of the full ramifications.
Okay.
Jim Tressel went against college football rules. Nate Newton broke the law. Nate Newton broke the law.
So no, but that's not what you said. You said anybody who was involved in that you would consider dirty. Now you're saying that simply those were rules as opposed to a law.
If you broke the law, you were dirty. If you went against college football rules, you were a rule breaker. Yes, Jim Tressel, John Tressel, whatever his name is, broke rules.
This is great.
He broke rules, Bobby.
I didn't say that he didn't.
Terrell Pryor broke rules. I love DeVere. DeVere broke rules. Doesn't mean he's dirty, but he broke rules. I'm telling you, Nate Newton broke the law. Law and rules, two different things. You know the difference between immoral and amoral? Or, I'm sorry, immoral and illegal? Do you know the difference between immoral and illegal?
I understand.
What's the difference between immoral and illegal?
Immoral is ethical.
Okay.
Illegal is against the law.
Illegal is a sick bird. Go ahead.
And illegal. You got it, buddy. Exactly. That's good.
No comment.
All right. Let's get to some holidays and observances today, if there's any still out here. If I can find it.
Dirty Bird Day.
Dirty Bird Day. Oh, here we go. I just enjoy walking you down a little road sometimes. It is National Leave the Office Early Day.
Oh.
It's always June 2nd, unless it's on a weekend. National Rotisserie Chicken Day as well. And I love my Dentist Day, and those are your historical events. Your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Tuesday, June 2nd, the 153rd day of the year. 212 days remaining this 2026.
I got a dentist appointment today. How about that?
Do you love your dentist?
I miss my old dentist. He was a really good guy.
Do you love your dentist, Bobby?
I enjoy him. My hygienist is one of my favorites because it's one of my wife's really good friends. So it's always fun going to see them and let's see her and hang out and talk for a little bit. So yeah, I enjoy. I don't mind. I've never mind going to the dentist.
Me neither. Hot take. Not that bad.
It's really not that bad.
I mean, I wouldn't sign up for it once a month, but you know what?
Yeah,
I'd rather go every 3 months than 6.
Honestly, if you told me I had to go to the dentist once a month and I would never get cavities, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
It's really the biggest inconvenience is just getting there and leaving. I don't mind. You're sitting in a chair laying on your back.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'll just take a little cat nap here.
Yeah.
You just let me know when you're done.
That's perfect. You're right, yes. Coming up next, a couple of big trades in the NFL. We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
So after I got done playing football, I still like to work out. Go do all of the activities that I love so much. And unfortunately, I started having a little bit of pain in my knee. That's when I went and saw my friends at QC Kinetics. We were able to go in there, get the consultation, get treated, and now my knees, well, they're as good as new.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
We have a desire and passion for great customer service. Every detail is important to us. From your first phone call to the end of the project, Newman is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to educate you so you understand what's happening with your roof. We're in your corner to help you be confident in your decision. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. We are Newman.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
I'm Jeff Hogan. I've been a journalist at 10 TV for more than 20 years. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to speak up, or lend a hand. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget, we'll have Jake Burns on discussing this trade we're about to talk about. It'll come on at 7:40, Browns Film Breakdown. Talk about the Myles Garrett deal a little bit. Bob, Myles Garrett traded to the Rams.
Yeah, it's on the golf course that came out yesterday.
Oh, that's right, you were at Troy Smith's thing.
Yeah.
Who are you with in your group?
Some guy,
Joe Public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys that came in and.
How'd you play?
Actually, the last two times I played golf.
Yeah.
I played Friday and Monday, which, if I play 8 times in a summer, that's
like Tiger.
Pretty good amount. 10 is probably the max. But I was like, I don't know. When I hit my driver 14 times, I felt probably pretty good about 13 or about like 11 or 12 of them.
Nice.
And that was the case on Friday too, which I couldn't believe. And it was the first round I think that I played maybe ever that I did not have any alcohol the whole time. Not even.
Why?
Because I had stuff I had to get done. It was a long day Sunday. I've got my daughter's state semifinal today. We had a swim meet last night. And I was like, I just don't really feel like it. And the guys, well, actually I did feel like it. But I was like, I just want to be productive and have like a nice sober day. And the guys, and especially the group, it was weird because they were having a good time and drinking Suburban. It smelled really good. And I was really proud of myself.
Not a drop.
Not a drop.
Good for you. Greatest day of my life, Bob. No offense to previous administration, current administration, any of the numerous kids I've fathered. Greatest day of my life.
Numerous kids.
Whatever. Anyway, my old boss with Damon's, John Self. He also owned the Buckeye. Do you remember the Buckeye Hall of Fame Grill?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame Cafe is what it was. Hall of Fame Cafe over there.
Oh, yeah.
Old Tangy with the old, what used to be there? Kahiki? What used to be there? Something used to be there.
Kahiki.
No, what used to be there?
Kahiki was down in like Reynoldsburg, dude.
What used to be then there?
I don't know.
There was something that was there. Okay.
There obviously was something that was there.
Thank you, Bob.
They had built
You're
that
right.
when I was
We're
like probably 2000, 2001. I would go there for banquets for Ohio State and different things like that. They do the press conferences and stuff down there. So, I don't remember prior to that.
Okay, so Self was big into the Big Brothers Big Sisters Foundation. Did a charity golf event one year when I was working for Self, and he had at the time 4 Heisman Trophy winners for Ohio State: Les Horvath, Hop, Janowitz, and Archie were the only 4 at the time. And so this golf outing, he had each one of the 4 stationed at one of the par 3s. Mm-hmm. And when you come through...
They were all still alive.
Yeah, this was all still alive. So, yeah, Horvath, Janowitz, Cassidy, Hop, and Archie. My job that day, when you come through, you could play with the Heisman winner. They would play the par 3 with you. You could use their shot if you wanted to, whatever. It didn't cost more. It wasn't like one of those things like, hey, $100, you get to play with this guy. No, it was just part of the deal. And Bob, my whole job that day was to sit in a golf cart with Archie and drive him back and forth on the par 3 with every group that came through.
That's awesome.
Oh, my God, dude, it was great. But then
how many times you touch his shoulder?
Okay, you didn't do that, Bob. That was not necessary. But anyway.
It's in the show open.
I know it is. With me and Marty for a moment. I know.
Look, yesterday. Didn't the Eagles say something about
Tyler
that
did
once?
it on purpose.
Everybody wants to touch somebody tonight.
Fine.
You know?
That's fine. Anyway, Bob, we get done. We're in the middle of the round, and some huge torrential rainstorm comes through.
Mm.
I'm trying to drive Arch back to the clubhouse.
What course are you playing at?
I can't remember if it was Medallion, something like that. I don't know what course it was. Anyway, but I don't have great sense of direction. Wife will tell you that. And so I don't know where we're going. And there's another former Buckeye player who's playing out there in this torrential downpour who needed a ride. And so Arch says, hey, do you care if he rides with us? I said, no, it's fine. But I got pushed out. So I'm out there walking now.
I love this. This is
and Arch said, whoever the former Buckeye was, it could have been an offensive lineman. I don't know. Whatever it was. No offense. But drove back to the clubhouse. It took me like an hour to find out where I was going. I was drenched.
You're just walking around in the rain?
Yes. It was a great day until that point. Whatever. Okay. Myles Garrett traded the Rams yesterday, Bob.
For a haul.
Was it a haul?
I would say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Jared Verse.
You got $40 million off your books.
No doubt. Absolutely. They get a first-round pick. A second round, the first round pick,
second, and third over the next 3 years.
Third in 2029.
And Jared Verse, who's a Pro Bowler.
Jared Verse is good, yes, no doubt about it. And he's got another year left, I think, on his first deal before you can decide.
So this
right?
is his 3rd year. I think you basically have him for 4. It's his 3rd year, correct?
He is entering his 3rd year.
Yeah, so you'll have control of him for 4 years.
Right.
So you have 2 years under player control.
And so, I mean, we talked about LeBrier, and I'm not shocked that Myles got traded.
Breer came out and said as much. They wouldn't have moved the money if they weren't trying to do something.
Right. They were looking at some move somewhere. And so, do you think the Browns got enough?
You could argue, should you try to get 2 ones? But I would argue Jared Verse
is a one.
You have a young, controlled player or salary-controlled player that aligns more with your build. You could take a first-round draft pick and not get a guy as good as Jared Verse.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that happens all the time. So you have him, who's a proven commodity with 2 years left of team control on him. First-round draft pick next year, second round the year after that, third the following year. And I'd say that's pretty good. Now, here's the thing. The Rams, those picks are probably going to be in the low 20s.
Yeah. It'll be a late
Ideally
pick.
for them, they'd like it to be 32. They're bringing in Myles Garrett to get him over the hump to try to go win a Super Bowl. And the reality is with this, Myles Garrett is a Hall of Famer. He is a great player. He's not a culture changer. And he'll go along with whatever's there. In L.A., he'll be great. They've got a great culture set up. They're going to win. He'll show up and do what he's supposed to do. He is not a guy, though, that is a all-ball, all-the-time guy who, when you're paying your top-end guys like that, those are the guys that you want them to be. You want him to be Cam Hayward as a dude, not just in the production. And he's one of the greatest defensive ends of all time. Talented. He'll have 3 or 4 more really good years if he wants. But I don't know that he's a guy that loves football above everything else and is a guy that wants to elevate players around him. And so when you're paying somebody $40 million, it's not just the production on the field. When you're the Cleveland Browns, you're trying to get him to turn that cruise ship into the right direction to do things the right way.
So, Bob, regardless of the compensation, trading Myles Garrett was smart for the Browns is the way I feel. Like, I think that trading him was smart because...
You're going to take some criticism for it because he's the best player you've had. I mean, him and Joe Thomas have just labored in obscurity.
Sure.
And like I said, he wasn't giving you... He's giving you $40 million worth of production on the field, but is that helping you win? You know, him having 5 more sacks versus Jared Verse next year, 6. Is that going to give you another win or two? Maybe. I don't know. I know this, like making players around you better and developing a culture. And in defense of Myles, they've had a multitude of issues since he's been there. And so he may have just begun to get disenchanted with what was going on. Like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do my job, do it really well, and get out of here. And, like, it's not my job to change this place. It's already a wreck. And he may be perfectly okay with saying that and perfectly entitled to be able to say it based upon what the Browns have done.
Yeah, it seems to me like it was like I said, Breer talked about it, and then, but I've thought all along that I looked at Garrett and I compared him to Joe Thomas, like somebody who could be great. And Joe Thomas had a chance to leave, ended up not leaving, and embraced being in Cleveland for his whole career, regardless of the lack of postseason success.
Postseason success.
The lack of
How about
postseason
getting
success.
to a postseason?
He played in 2 games. Did he play in any postseason games? Am I wrong on that?
I didn't think he played in any.
Did he play? I thought he didn't play in any.
I think they made the playoffs after he retired.
Okay.
So the COVID year was their first time making the playoffs in a long time.
Yeah.
And he was drafted in 2007.
And he had retired, I think, the year prior.
Yeah, I believe you're correct in that, yeah.
They may be getting confused with the fact that, was it 2 postseason games for Garrett then? Is that what it was?
That would be right.
That sounds right.
Because he was on that team that beat Pittsburgh
Yeah, right.
and then played Kansas
Thomas
City.
never played an NFL postseason game. You're right.
I don't even know. Did they ever even have a winning record with Joe Thomas? Like,
no.
I think right before he got there was that year they won 10 games with Derek Anderson, but I don't think.
Okay.
I bet they. Yeah.
Joe
they probably
Thomas
had more winless seasons than they did.
That's fair.
10+ win seasons.
Well, they were
under
winless
Joe
in Garrett's first season, right?
That sounds right. About right.
I think they were winless his first season.
They either were the year before he
It
got
may
there,
have been the
and
year
that was
before because they had the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
So.
and then I think they had the number 1 overall pick again when they took Baker, but I think they won a couple games heading into the on like that fall before the spring they drafted Mayfield.
Joe Thomas played in 176 regular season games. 176. How many games did the Browns win?
176, I'll say 35.
How many seasons did he play?
10 seasons. 11 seasons. 11 seasons. And that's 176 games he played in.
Yeah, 35's a good guess.
I bet it's probably 50. It's 35 was low. I'm not giving him enough credit. That's pretty bad.
True, that'd be like 3 wins a year.
It's
yeah,
probably more like 50.
46.
48. You guys are right in the middle of it there.
it's
48's the
probably
number.
50.
48, 128 in his career.
I mean, they weren't ever great.
I remember seeing Bob when there were, after, all the Max Crosby stuff and then the Trey Hendrickson, there was talk about what would Myles Garrett fetch. And I saw there was talk like, oh, he should get 3 number 1s. You should be able to trade 3. It should be 3 1s for Garrett. What Parsons, it was 2 1s, correct? Or was it a 1 and...
It was 2 1s
and a player.
Kenny Clark, yeah.
Right.
Who's not the player Jared Verse is.
No.
Okay, he's not. So you guys both believe the Browns got decent value for Myles Garrett?
I would say yes.
I would say good, yeah. Even.
You'd say good value.
I think that's about what you can expect.
You had a really
I
good
guess.
young player, a Pro Bowl young player with 2 years left at a reduced salary, a number 1, and this is the thing. The ones are going to be low, or the picks are going to be low. But
Sure.
you got a 1, a 2, and a 3 over 3 years. Like, that's going to help you build moving forward.
And I'm happy for Garrett. Get a chance to go to L.A., have a chance to win a title maybe, and goes there, and
it's kind of crazy how much I feel like for the longest time it was always. Sorry, turn my headsets up here. For the longest time, it was always NFL teams were so adamant about building through the draft.
Right.
And the Rams.
I was like, hell with it. F them picks,
right? Like,
is what they said,
look,
yes.
It's worked, honestly.
It has.
Like, even they won the Super Bowl, I think the year after they dipped down and maybe only won 5-6 games, give or take.
Yeah.
And then they've bounced right back. Now, without knowing it off the top of my head exactly, I would kind of guess / assume that they've nailed a lot of their non-first round picks.
Yeah, they have. Like Jared Verse.
Yeah. Well, I think he might have been a first
Was he
rounder.
first?
Yeah, I think he was late first. But
You're right, late first.
Yeah, but obviously the way they've built their rosters, it's it's very contrary to how teams did it for so long. But it's worked out really well for them. And I think for Cleveland, this is kind of it's not a total reset, but I still think you're kind of now in a window that if they can just find that quarterback, which for Cleveland is obviously easier said than done, and now you get another pick too in next year's first round that, as of today, we got a long way to go, but as of today, you could go try to get a quarterback, and what people are saying as of today is supposed to be a really good quarterback draft.
Yeah, the Rams picks, you're right, the whole F them thing with the picks, it's interesting how if you look back at the picks they've had, in 2016, they got Jared Goff. Is that correct? I think 2016 they got Jared Goff.
They went up and got Goff, yep.
Right. And they eventually they ended up trading him for Matthew Stafford. 17 through 23, they had no first-round pick from trades they made.
Yeah.
They got Jared Verse in 2024, and then did not have a pick in 2025. In 2026, they take Ty Simpson. So it's like that's all they've done.
Yeah.
And they're still among the most elite franchises. And
But you look at the guys that they've got, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, like they were able to get guys that were really all-pro players later in the draft.
George Allen was a one-time coach of the Rams, but also coached the then Washington Redskins for years, Bob. And there were plenty of years, I'm talking like numerous years in the 70s, when they would not pick till the fourth round. He just didn't care. He did the F them picks thing too. He would trade people for veterans.
It was a little different then, though, just with how it was constructed and the salaries and how everything worked.
Oh, sure.
So it wasn't near as important. The reason why you can't trade all your picks and you have to hit on some is you can't just bring in veterans because those guys cost too much. Like there's a salary cap, and so your rookies are the ones who are salary controlled, who give you that value there to help offset the fact that Matthew Stafford's making $60 million and Myles Garrett's can make $40 million.
All right, coming up next. By the way, quick hitters. Bodie gets to play maybe his favorite sound of all time. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
I'm Meredith Garfalo, meteorologist at 10 TV News This Morning, and I'm an Ohio girl. I love golf, aerospace, and all things Ohio sports. For nearly 20 years, I've studied the patterns that shape our days, from winter wonders on the south side to dangerous storms along the I-71 corridor. When the weather changes, you'll be the first to know, because you need a forecast that moves as fast as you do. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you think of brands that are customer focused, one thing they all have in common is that their values and commitment to quality have been passed from one generation to the next. With 3 generations in the roofing industry, our family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Our commitment to the customer will show through all of our team members as they make sure that every customer is completely satisfied. When it comes to your roofing needs, work with a company built around family. Call Newman Roofing today.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
What's up, Reed? Hey, Bob. Didn't we do a 5K fun run last year? Yeah, I think we did. Do you want to do it again this year? Sure. All right.
Registration for the Fan 5K is now open. Join your favorite personalities June 20th at Otterbein University. The Fan 5K features a medal, t-shirt, free race photos, and a post-race party.
Get your spot today at 971therace.com.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
Knee pain's something I lived with since the big game, and I'm all over surgeries. That's how I found QC Kinetics. I was able to get in, see the doctors, do the treatment, and get my knee feeling basically brand new. I can work out, run, most importantly, chase my son around the house and the yard, and do my job without any pain.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. Bobby. Bodie. Tito. Bodie, take the wheel.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas. Yeah, my mic's on.
Yeah,
All right.
we hear you.
Happy Tuesday. We'll head on another NFL trade here before we get into Mr. Unlimited. A trade that, frankly, had been expected to happen for a few months now and then finally pulled the trigger as we hit the month of June yesterday. The Eagles agreed on Monday to send star wide receiver A.J. Brown to the Patriots for a first-round pick in 2028 and then a 2027 fifth-round pick. The fifth-round selection will be the better of New England's two selections in that round of next year's draft, so just go ahead and mark that down there. But, Carp, a trade that...
I love it. I mean, that has a real NBA like feel to it, or like with restrictions, like they get the better of the two picks. Like you have two, we're gonna see how these teams finish out.
Yeah, but he reunites there with Mike Vrabel, who he spent a few seasons with in Tennessee, now up there in New England, and unquestionably, after Stephon Diggs was let go this offseason, becomes Drake May's top target.
They needed some help for him. They needed somebody to get be able to push the ball down the field, and a legit number one. A.J. Brown is that. He's getting a little older. And it's interesting. He never really had issues with Vrabes. But in Philly, it's been a tumultuous run.
Has it?
And I don't know if that's just a personality conflict with him and Nick Sirianni. Maybe he doesn't respect him as much. I'm not sure exactly what is leading to that. But he doesn't seem happy there. He doesn't seem to be enjoying it. And a fresh start in New England with a guy that he already knows. And a quarterback that might be more accurate down the field. We'll see.
So was Tannehill there when it was A.J. Brown in Tennessee? Yeah, I'd say Drake May's an upgrade over Tannehill, and certainly an upgrade, I would think. I think now over Jalen Hurts at this point. Nothing is Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has been a very...
No offense.
No. Listen, I think...
With all due respect.
I just said listen again. And
remember, Mr. Dennett, with
guys.
all due respect,
okay.
I'm saying that idea ain't worth a velvet painting of a whale and a dolphin to get it on.
I believe that Drake May today is a better passer than Jalen Hurts.
I think that might be accurate.
Jalen Hurts,
I don't think that's unfair.
Better maybe threat.
Oh.
But I would not threat level 0, but better threat. But I do think, though, that Drake May's probably a better passer, better for A.J. Brown. And, it's a great move for the Patriots. And I think that it was a, 2028 first-round pick is the one they're giving up.
Yeah,
so it's not
next year.
Not next year. It's going out a little further. So I feel like this was a smart trade. Amazing, though, like it was a 401 when we got both these trades kind of thing that came out, because the fact that before 4 o'clock, much bigger impact on the salary caps. Now, after 4 o'clock, things change. Smart move for both the Browns to make the trade they made. Smart for the Rams. Smart for the Eagles. Smart for the Patriots. Let's kumbaya, Bob. We're all winners.
It really was. It should work out. There's times where trades can work out for both sides. We'll see what Philly does with that pick, and it's interesting that it's not 27, it's 28. But this can be something that wins for everybody, because A.J. Brown wasn't giving them the production that they were paying him for in Philadelphia. And I don't think he was very happy there as well.
And he came out and said, Bob, like at some point last season, hey, sorry if I'm on your fantasy team, you should get rid of me, kind of thing. Like he actually said that. He said, look, you know what? If I'm on your fantasy team, get rid of me, which is fantastic. He did that. No one's going to get rid of him, by the way. But nonetheless, so yes, it seemed like he was not happy there. He and Hurts had kind of a bit of a, I don't want to say falling out, but they didn't seem to connect on the field the way I think most people thought they would. Smart trade for the Pats, smart trade for the Eagles.
Mr. Unlimited.
There we go.
All right, our boy, Mr. Unlimited, he's officially hanging up his cleats, heading to the broadcast booth, or I actually should say broadcast studio, as multiple reports came out on Monday that Russell Wilson has passed up the opportunity to join the New York Jets, and he will instead be joining CBS Sports. He'll be replacing Matt Ryan, who also left the network this offseason to join the Atlanta Falcons front office, and Mr. Unlimited will be on the CBS pregame show. Selected by the Seahawks in the third round of the 2012 NFL Draft, Wilson quickly established himself as one of the, we'll say, better quarterbacks in the league, and he helped the franchise win their first Super Bowl in 2013. Nearly went back-to-back before that famous Malcolm Butler interception in 2014 a year later. He walks away from the game 16th all-time in passing yards, 12th in passing touchdowns, and he is 4th all-time in rushing yards by a quarterback. Tito, I think my thing is like anytime I've ever seen this guy do any sort of availability, he's either really weird,
Mr. Unlimited,
or he gives the most cliche answers you could possibly script. So I don't really know. I don't really watch a ton of pregame shows anymore, if I'm being honest with you. But when I do, I don't know that Russ is going to add a lot to the table.
Look, Bodie, when I watch pregame shows, it's not, honestly, it's like blah, 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 blah. Injuries. Then I'm like, okay, let's hear.
Yeah.
Like, who's out?
Background noise, right?
I want to hear about the injuries for fantasy and gambling. But, like, I don't care about, oh, you know what, this guy, this human interest story, whatever, oh, my gosh, this guy did this. And so I'm with you, Bode. I don't know. And the same with the announcers, too. I don't know how much the announcers actually had to broadcast for today's NFL fans. But Wilson, it's such a big drop-off from where he was just early on,
yeah,
you know?
Denver, I mean, it was not that long ago that they sent quite a haul to Seattle.
Yes.
So was it 2 firsts?
It might have been 2 firsts.
I
Yeah.
know it was 1. It was 1 and
might have been 2.
one something else.
Because they gave him a lot to get him, back there. And then Sean Payton's there, and Russell wants his own office, and all this other crap goes down.
He had his own office.
I know. He wanted it. He's like, I need my
He
office.
had it for
here.
like his team of people.
Yes, his would you call that
team of people?
Okay, what do we call a team of people? Because we got to be careful on this. Is it a conglomeration or is it a posse?
I don't know. Like,
well, I'm saying, like, somebody got in trouble calling it a posse one time. Who was that? Was it Popovich that called LeBron's people a posse?
That's fine. Like,
I
yeah,
didn't
it's
know.
Chris Crew.
Yeah, it's crew. Is it a crew, a posse, or conglomeration? That's what we got to decide. Okay, what did you figure out the compensation for?
Well, let's not forget Drew Lock.
Oh, yes, that's right. Don't forget Drew Lock.
Noah
DL.
Fant, defensive lineman Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 2022 fifth-round selection. So
that's a lot, Bob.
That's a haul. And Russell Hall of Famer in your mind?
No, not for you. Nope.
I would say no as well.
I would say no.
I think if he won that second Super Bowl, I think that there's a harder conversation to be had for that. That's what one play can do for you. And really, I think the end of his career was pretty rough, so that was tough. But there was a point in time where he was really good. And I don't know if I'd say he's ever one of the top 5 quarterbacks, but he was, and he always had that defense to kind of bolster him. But man, he was pretty good there for a stretch.
Let's tie it back to the Buckeyes, Bob. More of a Hall of Famer, Russell Wilson or Eddie George?
Oh, Eddie George.
I think so too. You know about one play? Eddie George, one play also.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
they won a Super
if
Bowl.
Dyson gets in there and scores, it changes the trajectory.
He probably is the Super Bowl MVP.
He's the MVP. Yep, he sure is of that game, and so yeah, it'd be a big difference there. No, I don't think Wilson. And if Wilson wins 2, Bob, now you're talking about the other 2 guys with 2 Super Bowl wins as starting quarterbacks that aren't in are Plunkett and Eli.
Yep.
Everybody else has won at least 2 is in, except for him.
And speaking of Eli, Russell would have beaten Tom Brady in that Super Bowl,
Oh,
which
yeah.
probably
you're right. Yeah.
doesn't hurt.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Brady out of the Hall of Fame. Let's get him out of there too, then, Bob. If he loses that one to Russell
Listen,
Wilson.
7 versus 6. That's
Don't
a pretty
say
big
listen
number
again.
there.
You guys are screwing me up the listen thing.
Yeah,
Go
shit.
ahead.
All right, we'll stay with the NFL here, guys. While Russell decided to pass up on playing another season in the New York market, guess who's back for another go at it there in the Big Apple? That would be Odell Beckham Jr. as the veteran wide receiver signed a deal to return to the franchise that drafted him 12th overall in 2014 with the New York Football Giants. In his 5 seasons in the Big Apple, OBJ, he was a star. He had just about 5,500 yards, 44 scores, and a total of 59 games played. Then he went to Cleveland, and Armageddon hit the Odell Beckham Jr. household there. Since then, between injuries, suspensions, other reasons, he has just not been the same player. In the last 4 years, he's only played in 9 games, just 3 scores.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's signed and been on teams. I've been waiting for him to make have one breakout game or have some substantive impact. And he really hasn't done that.
Outside of his run with the Rams when he went there, and he was good that year.
And then he tore his ACL
in the Super Bowl. Yeah. But
okay, so when it comes to OBJ, Bob, and this is not fair. I admit, this is not fair. This is not well thought out.
It sounds like a lot of your takes.
That's fine, Bob. I put Odell Beckham Jr. in the same bucket as Josh Gordon and Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin?
Yes.
Jeremy Lin had 1 year, dude.
He had a flash.
A month.
Okay, he had a flash. I didn't say it was fair, Bob. I'm just saying,
Actually,
Beckham.
in fact, you said it was unfair. So.
That's fine. Beckham keeps coming back or whatever, gets signed by deals and crap like that. And it's been a long time since Odell Beckham Jr. made it was important.
Well, they're signing him to league minimum deals.
I
It's not
understand.
like he's getting a supermax over here.
I think it's a Josh Gordon, Jeremy Lin type thing. That's why I look at OBJ. That's what I think of. I think of a flash in the pan. I think of somebody Odell Beckham. What's the first thing you think of when I say Odell Beckham?
Well, like him making the catch against
the catch. Yes, the one catch he made, the one-handed catch.
But he was a great player for a few years.
And also beating up the net.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I think about.
Regardless of all of that, he was a Pro Bowler for multiple years. It wasn't like that's the catch that's all he had.
But
He isn't
Pro Bowler,
David.
you can't.
He isn't David Tyree. He might have been an All Pro.
Okay, All Pro is different than Pro Bowler. Pro Bowler, so is Shadur Sanders and Joe Flacco. So I'm not going to let Pro Bowler be something.
Quarterbacks are different because they freaking all start opting out, and they take 3 of them on each side. So you have 3 guys opt out. Now all of a sudden, instead of being in the top 6, you're in the top 12.
But Bob, if you rush for 500 yards in the right, and enough guys opt out, you're a Pro Bowler, and that's the kind of thing. It's like Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything
accurate.
to me. You don't think a Pro Bowler's ever gotten in with less than 500 or around 500 yards rushing?
Not if that's all they did.
Okay.
Maybe if they're a return guy.
All I'm saying is, Bob, that it's
he was a 2-time second-team All-Pro Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
That's a 3-year run he had. Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time second-team All-Pro.
Yeah, I mean
that's way different. That's much different than Jeremy Lin or out of these other guys that you're talking about.
Is it different than Shadur Sanders?
Much. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying, look. Listen, all I'm saying to you is, Shadur Sanders.
Yes, I am.
Should not be a Hall of Famer. Should not be a Pro Bowler, and neither should Joe Flacco.
I don't know if he should.
They
be
should
a
not have been Pro
starter.
Bowlers last year.
Okay.
Pro Bowler does not mean that much.
I'm eliminating that. I said he was a 2-time All-Pro. Thitoff.
All-Pro's different.
Listen,
I'm with you.
Turn your ears up.
No, I got you.
And
All-Pro's different.
He was Offensive Rookie of the Year. That was a 3-year run that he had.
I know, Bob. Your first thing though, you said was like a 4-time Pro Bowler.
I
Is
didn't
what you
say
said.
that. I said the guy was a Pro Bowler. I said, hold on, let me go check. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he was an All-Pro, which he was.
If he's
so by you getting louder, it doesn't make it more correct.
I think it does, Bob. That's your poll question, Bodie. Coming up next.
He was one of the best receivers in the NFL for a 4-year period.
For a 4-year, that we're going to look up. Was Odell Beckham Jr. one of the best wide receivers for a 4-year period? I don't know if I agree with that, Bob. Coming up next, Ohio State. Where are they at now in the top 25 college football rankings 2026? We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up, or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief.
Hi, I'm Bobby Carpenter.
And I'm Jake Ballard.
And we are both QC Kinetics believers. We are both pain-free in the knees.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation.
We have a desire and passion for great customer service. Every detail is important to us. From your first phone call to the end of the project, Newman is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to educate you so you understand what's happening with your roof. We're in your corner to help you be confident in your decision. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. We are Newman.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite Fan shows? I don't know. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Bobby is known as the General. Tito shops at Dollar General. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, second hour of the program. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all of you for being here. Lively in the UTAB chat as always.
Just to put a bow on your boy Odell Beckham, since I know you were vehemently doing research to back up. I know you weren't, because you just have an opinion and choose not to back it with facts.
Right.
So how many 1,000-yard seasons do you think Odell Beckham Jr. had?
I'm going to guess 3.
I'm going to tell you that it is 5.
Okay, so a couple.
And he had 5 in 6 years.
Okay.
With 2 All-Pros in there and Offensive Rookie of the Year. And the 1 year he got hurt and only played 4 games.
And you think that you talk about the stretch, like 4 years you said he was.
What's his first 6 years?
Okay, but I'm saying, I think you said, Bob, but I just want to make sure. You said for a 4-year stretch there, he was one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I did not look at those numbers yet, but I'm saying I never considered him to be a consistent top 5 wide receiver.
Why not?
Okay. A lot of the stuff I do is based on stats, not on impact on the game, because there's obviously, Bob, there's players that have impacts on games. I'll give you a perfect example is Deion Sanders.
I just told you he had 5,000-yard receiving.
A 1,000-yard receiver, Bob, doesn't mean nearly as much as it used to when your dad played.
He was my dad played. I'm not saying 50
Bob,
years
back
ago.
then, though, a 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard running back was a huge deal. Now you average 50 yards rushing a game or 50 yards receiving, you're damn near a 1,000-yard receiver or rusher. What's the number?
Do you need to be 1,000
for 17 games?
Well, here's the good news. These are in 16-game seasons.
In 16 games even,
That's
Bob.
how many my dad played, except for his first year.
Your dad played 14 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. So, 1978, they've been playing 16 games since then.
Right, yeah. That's fair.
This isn't like this is some new occurrence here where they're playing. This isn't Jim Brown we're talking about. We're talking about guys. What's so funny, buddy?
Do you know who had the most receiving yards 2014 to 2016, 3-year stretch?
Who was that?
That'd be Julio Jones. Number 2, Antonio Brown. Number 3 was OBJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Over the 3-year stretch right there. He had his first 3 years were
12,
awesome.
13, 10 in touchdowns the first 3 years.
First 3 years.
Then
No doubt about it.
Then he got hurt and he missed almost the entire season.
Right.
And then he came back and had 2,000-yard seasons again.
Okay. In the 1,000-yard season, Bob, he averaged 50.8 yards per game.
Okay.
The next year, 46.6. You're telling me that is elite receiver? 50 yards a game?
I didn't say he was elite every single one of those years. I said he had 1,000-yard receiving year 5 out of 6 seasons. And for a 4 to 5 year stretch, you would put him in one of the most impactful receivers, best receivers in the NFL.
I think that he certainly had.
He may not have been on your fantasy team,
right?
But the good news is, there may be a fantasy football Hall of Fame, but that's not the one he can.
Oh, he would not get in, Bob. That's for sure. Indiana, the Athletic did a post-spring ranking. By the way, my stats are wrong. We'll talk about that later off the show, though. Anyway, Indiana, though, in the Athletic, they had Indiana in the 2 early rankings, had Indiana ranked 6th. Now they've adjusted that, and by they, I mean Stuart Mandel, to number 1. He said, will the Hoosiers repeat as national champs? Probably not. It's hard. But I'm done doubting Curt Cignetti. Even after losing 8 stars in the NFL draft, Cignetti is set to field another old team full of multi-year starters and seniors, especially in the trenches. The key to it all, though, is the QB, Josh Hoover out of TCU, who was still getting up to speed in the spring. I want to ask both of you, what would have to happen for you to consider Indiana's season not successful? If you look at Indiana's schedule, I'll give you their schedule. North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky. Okay, whatever.
I would say if they're, and this is a subjective measure, but if they're not in, if it's November and you're not talking about them being in the college football playoff hunt.
So you think as long as they're in the playoff hunt in November, it would be...
Yeah, you turn November 1st,
right?
And they're like, hey, if they go 3-1 over their last 4 games or whatever that number is, that they get in.
They got Minnesota on Halloween, the 31st, then they're off the next week. Then they play USC at home, and then at Washington to close the season. And then they play Purdue. I'm sorry, Washington close their road season, and then they host Purdue on November 28th. So you think as long as they are in the playoff discussion or that when the calendar goes November, that's good. Okay, Bode, how about you?
I would say 9 wins.
9 wins will be not successful or be successful?
That would be successful.
Okay.
Anything less. You go 8-4, probably not.
And honestly, their schedule is pretty weak. I mean, they play nobody in the non-conference, which...
And then they get Northwestern, at Rutgers, at Nebraska.
I mean, they'll probably... I would guess they'll be
6-0?
at worst.
Like, 6-0 probably.
Yeah, undefeated.
If they're not 6-0, I think that's disappointment.
I think that's fair. Yeah, with that schedule. I mean, and then you run into Ohio State, Michigan, USC, and even Washington for your next 5. You could drop a couple of those, and if you dropped one more,
right?
Yeah, gosh, I don't know though. It's a pretty weak slate.
Like I'm a big time Curt Cignetti doubter, no doubt about it. Like that's true. I'm a doubter of Curt Cignetti still.
Nailed that one.
Show me one more time.
What is wrong with you?
No, Bob, listen. He did it once. I said, prove it. He did it a second.
You don't need to
now
keep
you
yelling.
need to show me.
You
I'm not yelling, Bob.
Yeah,
Bob, the sound. We got to...
the volume. I have the same microphone you do.
Yeah, we got the same volume, so your volume's probably turned up, Bob. Anyway, what I'm saying is,
I'm a big-time doubter. He won a national championship at Indiana.
I know, but
show
me.
That's all you have to say.
I know.
He won a national championship at arguably the worst program in the history of the sport.
They were the losingest program of all time. So you like numbers,
you can make an
boy.
argument though. There's harder schools to win at than a Big Ten school in the Midwest, but I don't
know.
Yes,
Indiana was pretty bad.
They were. I'm just saying. Would you rather be Indiana or BC? I would have
10 years ago, Boston College. Now,
so would I. Yeah.
Now it's definitely IU.
That's what I'm saying. With how the TV money changed everything, that's
what
different.
I'm saying. Yeah.
But up until 5 to 10 years ago, you would have said Boston College every day of the week.
I'm arguing semantics. Yeah, it's. I'm not going to die on that hill, but they're very high on the list of like who won a title and who did it where.
Okay, so if they go, then Bob, let's just say let's play in fantasy world. Let's say they go 5-7 this year. Would you then say Cignetti was, that was flash in the pan?
No,
you wouldn't. Still
5-7. I get like they would. I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think they're either.
If they go 8-4, you still look at a 3-year run in totality,
right,
of 2 playoff appearances and 8-4, and be like, all right, what did those games look like? What happened? Did they have injuries? If they went 4-8 this year, you'd be like, okay, let's question this.
Right.
I'm not going to say that you're bad, but you're going to have to really bounce back to next year. But I don't know how you could doubt the guy. I've watched a lot of football coaches and I've seen a lot of things. The dude's a really good football coach.
And I would also say too, it could be a flash in the pan while also that I don't know that really takes away from his first 2 years.
No.
This isn't Gene Chizik at all.
No.
Yes.
Winning a national championship with Cam
Cam
Newton,
Newton,
where you're
sure.
like, well, a lot of things like really went your way. And or Brady Hoke winning 11 games with all of Rich Rod's players. I mean, he went there, built Indiana from the ashes, and it's not like it was like, man, a couple 9-win seasons, good for him. They went 16-0 and won the national championship, and they went through. I mean, shoot, Ohio State, Alabama, Oregon, and Miami to do
Sure.
it. That's
Okay, but what's the definition of a flash in the pan?
I would say a year or two without any substance surrounding that.
Okay.
yeah. I'm saying it could be a flash in the pan
But
if
look
things
at
fell
Indiana,
apart. But
a century of suck.
Yeah.
And a century being the homecoming game for other teams.
Mm-hmm.
And awful. Like the point where Lee Corso, when Ohio State took when Indiana took a 3-0 lead on Ohio State, he wanted a picture of the scoreboard in the first quarter of that. And so if they start to fall off, and I'm not saying they will, I told you I'm still skeptical of Curt Cignetti, and that's fine. We can disagree on if I should be or not. But if they do start to fall off, if they go 8-4, I think that's a fall off.
I would say it's not. Not based upon their expectations of what they've been. All you've done is prove the fact that they've never won there. So somebody that comes in and can go 8-4 is more impressive, especially with everything else. Why do you think he's not a good football coach?
I didn't say it was a good football coach, Bob.
Well, no, that's what you're telling me.
That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I think that Indiana, I think it is very difficult to buck the trend of the last 100 years of Indiana football. There's been good football coaches that haven't won. I think Bill Walsh is one of the greatest coaches of all time. Stanford didn't have success. Okay.
That's
Lou Holtz.
That's 25 years ago.
Okay. Lou Holtz. Listen, great coach, right? We all agree he's a fantastic coach.
Mm-hmm. I would say he did a good job at South Carolina.
I think he did also. Went to the Jets. Went 3-11
now we're talking
and then
about
resigned.
transcending.
Okay, what I'm saying is, though, does that make him a bad football coach?
No, it means he's not a good NFL football coach.
Right. It means he's still a great coach, though.
So what is it? How are you? I'm failing to see the correlation here.
What I'm saying is, though, Bob, you can be a good coach and not have great results.
Okay.
You can also be
Lou Holtz didn't go 12-4 and win a Super Bowl and then go 3-11 the next year and get fired before the season was up.
No, he did. That's absolutely true. Jimmy Johnson,
27-2 and won a national championship.
Jimmy Johnson was a great coach. First year in Dallas, not great.
Yeah, because they tore everything down to rebuild it.
Still a great coach, though.
Hold on. No, exactly. What does that mean? They weren't
What I'm telling you is just because I'm not saying Cignetti's not a good coach. I just said you asked me if I thought Cignetti was a good coach. I think Cignetti's a good coach. Yes, I do believe he's a good coach. Regardless, if he goes 8-4 this year, if he goes 4-8 this year, I still think Cignetti's a good coach.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
You told me you were skeptical on him earlier.
I'm skeptical about Cignetti in Indiana as a whole. Yes, I'm still skeptical about that because you're talking about 100 years, Bob, of ineptitude in Indiana.
Can I ask you this?
Sure.
Would you argue that the last 5 years of college football look nothing like the previous 100?
100% I would agree with that,
so
yes.
then the previous 100 years don't come into the equation. Because if we're playing by different rules now, just like going from college to the NFL, it's a different paradigm that you're existing in. So
the Saban years don't count?
What do you mean the Saban years don't count?
You don't, last 5 years.
They're just not.
They're not relevant to what we're talking about with building a team right now.
But we compare teams, though. We compare Alabama to what Saban did.
It's not relevant because it's a different paradigm of how you build and construct teams, and the rules are substantively different.
They absolutely are, Bob.
So that's my point. You can't. That's why ask like the college and the NFL. How you procure talent is so much different. So you're dealing with a different type of player at that point. So it's tough. Yeah, you may have great football knowledge, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be successful there because of that. And the rules are different, frankly, in college and the NFL as far as playing at the game.
But then why do we compare Ryan Day?
Because that's what we always have done. And Ryan actually coached in that era at Ohio State at the very beginning of it.
And Urban
I also
didn't.
don't think you're saying compare, but that wasn't even your initial argument.
No, what I'm saying, all I'm saying is,
we've pivoted a lot.
We have not pivoted a lot. No, Bob,
I think we
listen.
have.
No, listen. Don't do listen again. It is difficult to win, to sustain. I think it's difficult to sustain successful college football at Indiana.
I would say it was.
You don't think it is difficult still?
I don't think they're going to be Ohio State.
Why not?
But
the rules have changed.
Well, those rule changes still benefited Ohio State a lot too.
Okay, so but Indiana is at a disadvantage then compared to Ohio State?
Maybe compared to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about one of the best programs over the last 75,
But
50
I'm saying,
years.
like, I think Indiana under Curt Cignetti would be top 25 good.
Yeah.
I think he's raised the floor. He obviously raised the ceiling last year, though.
So you both believe in the next 5 years, every season Indiana will be a top 25 team?
Yeah.
I'd say at
you
least
feel
on
confident?
Notwithstanding massive injuries or other things, but yeah, I think that they're going to be a team. If you told me that they're going to be the equivalent of kind of, I don't know, Michigan State with Mark D'Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 10, top 5 here and there.
Next 5 years, I'd say.
Bad year, they're 18th.
Yeah.
Maybe they have 1 year where they struggle and go 7-5, but the next year they're probably back to 9-3 again.
Yeah.
Okay. And my thought is, I believe Indiana the last 2 years has overachieved. And I would say that you mentioned Ohio State. Indiana is not Ohio State. Indiana is also not Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma.
They're the number 1 pick in the draft.
That's
the number 1 receiver taken.
Bob, you've had number 1 picks in the draft from schools that aren't great also, though, Bob.
Yeah, but not also other guys getting
Jadeveon
drafted.
Clowney was South Carolina, right?
Yeah, they
number 1 pick.
They went 9-3 that year.
Exactly. It's not a great school. Just because they have number 1 pick in the draft doesn't mean it's a great football school, though.
9-3.
Just because you have the number 1 pick in the draft, Bob, it doesn't mean you're a great football school.
You know who their coach was then?
Probably Holtz at that point, right?
Oh,
no, who was then? I don't get the years right.
Come on, man.
No, I don't get the years right. Fine. Who was it, Bob? Who was our head coach that year?
It was old ball coach.
Okay, it was Spurrier. Okay, it's fine.
So would you define Steve Spurrier as a good football coach?
I think Spurrier's a really good football coach. That's why I don't hold Washington against him.
And that's why South Carolina was really good when he was there.
All I'm saying is, Bob, Indiana overachieved the last 2 years. I do not expect Indiana to be at the same level they're at right now for the next 5 years.
Where do you think they'd be?
I think that they would be I think that in the next 5 years, they will
It's
be
going to be really interesting to hear this answer.
No, a fringe top 25 team, but I don't think they're going to be. And then over the next 5 years combined, Bob, yes, I think Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, all better than Indiana for the next 5 years.
I don't know about Southern Cal.
What evidence would you have over the last 4 years that you would think USC is going to be better than Indiana?
I think USC is going to out-recruit Indiana, and I do believe
they've done that the last 2 years. So my point is,
they've done that for the last 125 years.
What does that matter?
And USC's got a lot more national championships than Indiana, don't they?
Okay, so now we're going back to the comparison and paradigm of what was happening prior to how things have changed. What has Lincoln Riley done at USC that would lead you to believe that he'll be a better coach there over the next 5 years than Curt Cignetti at Indiana?
Because I believe USC will have superior talent over Indiana for the next 5 years.
They had superior talent this year. What does that mean?
Okay, so you think Indiana will win more games the next 5 years than USC?
Yes.
You feel very confident about that?
I would say, yeah.
Wow, we are totally different on that thing. I think that the next 5 years.
Show me the evidence over the last 3.
I can't show you evidence going forward.
Because there isn't. There is no evidence over the last 3 years that Lincoln Riley has done a better job at a better program than Curt Cignetti has at Indiana. All the things you said prove that it should be easier. But why isn't it then?
I believe that USC.
You can keep telling me about your beliefs. I'm asking you for empirical evidence.
Well, Bob, if we'd have gone into 2 seasons ago and I said to you, hey, Indiana's going to be great. And you would say, wait, no, whoa, you have no evidence of that. I said, no, they're going to be great. And then they were great. Then I would say to you, Bob, you were wrong.
I would say I was wrong. That's the difference.
Yeah. Like if Lincoln Riley just got hired and you were saying that, I wouldn't disagree with you.
Because he was great at Oklahoma.
Yeah, but he has proven at Southern Cal. Like
they can't play defense.
Yeah. And they're soft.
Curt Cignetti, no doubt the last 2 years has been great.
Curt Cignetti also is coming from JMU, and he was great there. And you're thinking, will it translate? Will he make the jump? Can you do this? It's the same argument you make with Jim Tressel. He's coming from Youngstown State. Oh, people! You would never hire a 1AA coach at Ohio State now.
Bob,
people would have their pitchforks and spears out.
I was wrong
it's like
about
Notre
Tressel.
Dame hired freaking what's his name from Faust from high school.
Okay, it's a great example there.
But
so Faust
Jerry
didn't work
came
out.
in and won a national championship.
Okay,
you'd be like, well, that was a good
fun.
But Faust didn't work out. Do you think that? I don't know. We can look at the stats at the break, maybe. But do you think though that there's been more Tressels or Fausts as far as coaches that got hired from lower level schools that had great success at the next place they were hired.
Faust is kind of an anomaly because he was high school, wasn't even college. Like that's.
But Moeller at that time was a small college.
I get that, but it's still the way teams are constructed and what you're doing is far different.
No, Signetti,
I'm
I think,
trying
is
to
bucked
think
the
of
trend.
guys that have been even hired from 1AA that have been pulled up to like a place of significance.
Right.
Because I don't think that's really the
Kansas
case.
State's head coach, right?
Did he come up from?
Not the new one who just played quarterback there. Who was right before
You know
him.
who you can honestly talk about as one of the most successful
Who's that?
is Mr. Brian Kelly.
Oh.
He was at Grand Valley State.
Yeah, that's true.
And then went from there, and then
He went to Central Michigan, to Cincinnati, to Notre Dame.
Right. But it wasn't, though, a straight. I mean, going from Grand Valley State to Central Michigan, it's not a huge leap. Do you think it is? Not a huge. It's a leap, but it's not a huge leap. It's not Tressel to Ohio State from Youngstown State.
100% it's not that. But I would say that's Kurt Signetti made a bigger jump going from JMU to Indiana. And Indiana's was probably on about the same plane as Central Michigan for most of the year.
From James Madison, so you think that Grand Valley to Central Michigan, you think that it's not as big a leap as
It's semantics. Like,
no, I know, but I'm saying, like, I'm curious about, like, because I respect your opinion on this. Like, it's.
I don't know that you do based upon this conversation.
I could disagree with your opinion, so respect it, Bob.
Not when I provide facts that would be counter to what you're saying.
Yeah, so Chris Kleiman.
Okay.
In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years at North Dakota State. Won the championship 4 out of 5 years. Lost in the semifinal the other year. Pretty disappointing. Jumped up to K-State. 8 wins, 4 wins, 8 wins, 10, 9, 9, 6. So not overly successful.
But had some success.
8, 9, 10 wins on a regular basis.
I
That's
feel
the
like
only one I can think of.
I think the Signetti jump is on the same level as the Brian Kelly jump. Maybe.
I would argue that.
You would argue
that that's good.
I think that that's the just based on where Indiana was as a program when Signetti got there. But nonetheless, Woody says Tito's like a little kid when he argues. That's fine. I'll take that. I don't know.
I appreciate the passion. I just needed you to provide me some evidence. And you say you believe, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
And like in 2 years, if USC comes back and they've won 2 national championships and Indiana's 4-8, I'll say you're right.
We're gonna do a show.
But I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case.
But we
I
don't
think
know.
Lincoln Riley has a better chance of getting fired than winning a national championship.
But we don't know as of now, though, Bob. I could be right.
It's a beautiful mystery.
It's a beautiful mystery. Coming up next, Jake Diebler talks about the offseason. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Brianna Albizu, traffic anchor for 10 TV News this morning. Columbus is quickly becoming my home, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. My mission is simple, to help you get to where you're going quickly and safely. Whether it's helping you beat the slowdown on 270 or giving you detours around major construction, we've got you covered. Because when your morning's on the move, so are we. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
When you think of brands that are customer focused, one thing they all have in common is that their values and commitment to quality have been passed from one generation to the next. With 3 generations in the roofing industry, our family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Our commitment to the customer will show through all of our team members as they make sure that every customer is completely satisfied. When it comes to your roofing needs, work with a company built around family. Call Newman Roofing today.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
So after I got done playing football, I still like to work out, go do all of the activities that I love so much. And unfortunately, I started having a little bit of pain in my knee. That's when I went and saw my friends at QC Kinetics. We were able to go in there, get the consultation, get treated, and now my knees, well, they're as good as new.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
We built a brand new studio just for Bobby, and Tito has already ruined it just by being here. I'm pregnant. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Average number of marriages between the three of us is 1.0. Go ahead, Bob.
There you go. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town, the opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation? Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area. They're going to help you reach your goals. So whether it's an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bob, Jake Diebler.
The Deebs.
Yes. A big off season for him.
Crime-fighting beaver.
And the fact that he was able to keep John Mobley Jr. And Amari Bynum there, another huge.
That's two of the three that you were hoping. Devin Royal being
I
the
wanted
third.
Devin Royal. I know he did, but it's okay, though. Diebler, though, said that other schools came a-calling.
Well, I'm sure they did.
For Mobley and Bynum.
Guys who stay in the same place get forgotten about for the last 2 months. We've had tremendous success with retention. I always say this, if John Mobley or Amari Bynum would have been in the transfer portal, they'd be some of the best players in the country, right? And there were plenty of teams that tried to push them into the transfer portal. Them really right away saying, hey, this is where I want to be, and we're building something and we want to take it to the next level was awesome.
How about take it to the limit, Tito?
Bob?
One more time.
Shouldn't Diebler be calling out the schools that tried to get them into the portal?
No, because guess what?
They
were probably doing the same thing.
Called a couple guys as well.
No, Ohio State's angelic, Bob. There's no way they did that. But the fact he said that, though, that we got schools that are coming here, Mobley's not in the portal, Bynum's not in the portal, and schools are coming saying, hey, get in the portal, according to Diebler.
Well, I mean, Mobley wasn't in the portal, but he was in the NBA portal.
Right, he did declare.
I would argue everybody's in the portal.
Really,
honestly,
yeah.
Like when Ohio State's football season ended last year after the Miami loss, how many guys were actually not in the portal? A dozen?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
not really.
Not in reality, but if somebody called and
I don't
said,
even know why we're waiting until the Miami game. You're assuming that those guys are probably getting
UCLA game.
Yeah, their agents are probably talking to them saying, hey, that we could do this. Now, how real is that? Like some of the things might be agents blowing smoke. But there's probably some teams like, hey, I've talked to schools. I know for a fact that there are guys there that, got offered significantly more than they chose to stay. It was like, some of it was so much I couldn't believe. And there was like,
why are you here?
Yeah, like, why? It's like brotherhood. Good for you, man. I respect that. But, there were guys that were guaranteed starters that would have gone in. And, like, we're talking about like other Big Ten schools. Like, this is not like Alabama coming in. You're talking about other Big Ten schools. So I'm sure that those guys were pursued heavily. Like you said, because there would be some of the best players. People were on Ryan Day about, and this is the same thing a little bit with Diebler, but they did rebuild a lot of their roster. But like, wow, he didn't make any moves in the O-line. He's like, we kept all our guys.
Yeah.
Like
didn't have to.
That was a big deal. Keeping Ian Moore and not having him go to another school that was probably offering him more and a guaranteed left tackle job. Like, hey, you got to stay here and battle it out and prove it. And we're going to give you this. They're going to give you X 3x of that. It's like it's a tough sell.
But wrong, right? That if there's other schools going, I know I said they should name names. You said maybe they should.
Immoral or illegal?
Yes, immoral, illegal is a sick bird, Bob. Is it?
How about Iron Eagle?
First, we've talked about that, Bob. That's pretentious.
Jam.
No, that's pretentious to be Iron.
That's a racket attack.
No, it's pretentious. And I don't like the guy. I disrespect him because of that. Ohio State this year is going to play at neutral site game in Salt Lake City. Whatever. Yeah. At UConn, at Notre Dame. You're welcome, Bodie and Patrick and Steve Kerr.
I heard Deebs this morning say tough ACC opponent, and I said in men's basketball.
Yeah, that was a tight. I went to that Notre Dame game last year.
Bob, they're going to be about 10 times worse.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're going to be horrible. Horrible.
Derek Phelps is not well good
last year.
Don't do listen. Don't do listen. You know what? I'm
They
convinced you guys say listen way too much now.
They should.
There we go.
If it means keeping Carr happy and upright.
BYU neutral site at UConn, at Notre Dame, and then Kansas at Madison Square Garden. Here is Diebler talking about the tough non-conference schedule.
Our program, belongs on the biggest stage, and to do that, you got to play other programs who are on that stage. I think you got to get ready for Big Ten play. That's the bulk of your schedule. If you roll into Big Ten play without challenging and pushing yourself and facing some adversity early, you're not setting your team up to be successful. We wanted to be aggressive in scheduling. We play, we have BYU in Salt Lake City to open up college basketball. I think being on that stage is great. Kansas in Madison Square Garden is part of CBS Sports Classic. It's one of the best days of college basketball in the year. Excited to be a part of that. We got a return game to Notre Dame this year. Again, that'll be a tough ACC opponent, true road game, which will be good for us. And then we're starting a home and home with UConn. Excited about that. Certainly going on the road this year will be a tough environment, and then they'll come back the following year to play here. Really excited about that. We got one more high major game we're in the process of finalizing. It'll be a home game for us. It'll be I figured that was going to be asked, so we'll just get right to it. Be a team, if there's no hiccups right now, be a team that played in the NCAA tournament last year. And so we're hoping to announce that here soon.
I like the home game.
Do you want to guess who that is, though?
We got a 1 in 60, I guess 67, because Ohio State can't play themselves.
Well, they could.
Well, we could probably eliminate it more because none of the Big Ten teams are going to be in there.
Okay, there we go. Now
we could probably cut it down into the high 50s.
I have
UConn's already on there, so they're going to be eliminated. Handful of the other teams.
Rematch against TCU.
I have my thought.
That'd be beautiful. That would be great. If, in college basketball,
run it back.
Played the team that knocked you out the year before as one of your non-cons.
A former Ohio State assistant will be coming back.
Oh, Vandy?
Nope.
Oh, no.
The former Ohio State assistant is now head coach.
But Jeff Bowles, they're going to fire him at OU?
Nope.
I just talked to Bowles at Joe Burrow's outing. I think
Bowles a good golfer?
I don't know if he golfed very much. Right. I mean, I didn't see. We just talked beforehand.
Oh, Miami?
Nope.
I'm running out of guesses.
How about Tennessee?
You're the only 10 I see, Tito.
Thank you.
Was Tennessee? Yeah, they made the Elite Eight.
Rick Barnes, head coach out there, former Ohio State assistant.
Oh, he was. I didn't know he was at. Was here under Randy or?
He was here. Might have been Gary.
Yeah, him and Randy were there and
Gosh,
Gary
that
together.
would be Tennessee, UConn, KU, and BYU. I mean,
that
those are
would be
four
huge.
teams that be shocked if they weren't in the tournament next year.
Believe it or not, Bob, that is complete speculation on my part.
Oh yeah.
You know what though?
Don't let the
a
facts
lot
get
of thought process behind
There
it,
was.
which I like.
There was.
I can get on board with that.
You build a narrative around it. That's good.
I think Rick Barnes is a better coach than
How
Tom
about D. Barnes?
Signetti. Kurt Signetti. Anyway, Rick Barnes, 86-87
How about
assistant
that
here.
33-point loss in the Elite Eight against Michigan? Is that
Went to George Mason, Providence, Clemson, Texas as a head coach for a long time. They was in Texas for 17 years.
Coach
And
Kevin
then-
Durant.
Yeah, and then Tennessee after that. So I wonder if that would be the case.
I believe they've made the Elite Eight 3 straight years.
They may have. He's got 861 wins as a college basketball coach. I think that could be the one who I'd love to see him come back and go against Ohio State. I think that'd be a fun one to have there. So
yeah.
But nonetheless, though, with the scheduling, though, Bob, and he did say this, big time program is what Diebler said. So we should play big time programs elsewhere. And if you had a decent non-comp already
It's like
setting
James Franklin elite program.
or Mr. Unlimited like Russell Wilson. But nonetheless, though, Bob, I think that it is a
Mr. Unlimited.
I love the fact that Ohio State is, and they're not quite at the Izzo Michigan State level as far as scheduling non-conference games, but they're inching that way, which I like.
I don't know, man. You had another
this year's pretty
tournament
bad,
team, yeah. And the fact that Notre Dame is garbage is not their fault.
No.
Like that, you expect Notre Dame to be tournament-ish. They're not. But
21 team.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Michigan State, though, the non-conference schedule is still going to be heads and tails above Ohio State's. I mean,
I don't
heads
know
and
about
tails.
that far. Yeah, I mean
They're playing UConn.
That's 5 power.
Okay, last year,
whatever it is.
Last year, Michigan
UConn
State
has won 2 of the last 3 national championships. Tennessee's been in 3 straight leads.
Okay.
It's like
last year, Michigan State played UConn, Duke, Arkansas, Kentucky, and North Carolina.
Yeah,
that's last year. That is better than Ohio State's thing.
Okay, I mean, but like the subjectivity of that going in, I mean, it's pretty close.
Did you say they played?
Well, UConn was an exhibition, but still, they had them on their non-conference schedule.
Come on, man.
I'm just telling you what they
some
were.
throwaway game up in Rochester.
Throwaway game Rochester.
So I see Arkansas, Kentucky, Carolina, and Duke.
Arkansas, Kentucky, Carolina, Duke, and then UConn in the exhibition.
Can't count.
If you don't count UConn, because I mean, didn't Ohio State play Clemson last year? Does that sound roughly right? Like a secret scrimmage?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was 2
Maybe
years ago.
secret scrimmage. Maybe it was you're right.
But like, I would say Arkansas, Kentucky, Carolina, and Duke is right there with UConn, Kansas, BYU, and insert tournament team that they're about to play.
BYU
You ever look
is.
who the NFL preseason teams are? Thitoff.
I'm telling you, if you look at that, Bob, sometimes you can't discount that. But though,
even the year before, Sparty played at the time of ranking number 1 Kansas,
right,
and then number 12 North Carolina, and that was it. That was their only 2 ranked
BYU
opponents
though
in
this year for Ohio
non-conference.
State.
BYU will be good.
Should be.
I understand that, but playing BYU this year is different than playing BYU last year. Without the band, so I know they've got a hot shot recruit coming in. I get it, but nonetheless, though, if you told me you're playing last year's BYU team versus this year, last year's BYU team, at least right now on paper, is a much tougher opponent than this year's
Would
BYU
you have said
team.
that though a year ago at this time with the Bansa?
I would have said
We didn't know.
didn't know at the time. I'm saying, but now that we look back on it, though, I'm saying right now, as we sit here and talk about BYU, we don't know how good BYU is going to be this year. So that's why I'm not putting it like that. Oh my gosh, elite
I don't know, man. You're going basically on the road to play a team that, like Indiana, in this era of portal and NIL, and with their head coach, whose name escapes me right now, but he's only been there a few years, and they've been. I think it's Kevin Young, maybe.
He's Mormon.
I don't know if that's actually true or not,
but
it's okay.
Reckless speculation.
That's right. Just throw things out there.
That right there was reckless speculation.
Under Sports Reference doesn't make this stuff easy sometimes. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me another
Kevin
minute.
Young.
Kevin Young. Okay,
you're
yeah.
right.
And let's see what his record is in his few years there. Kevin Young is 2 years, 26-10.
Okay.
23-12.
Right.
Made the tournament both years. I mean, that's... Yeah, I guess it's not UConn, but you're already playing UConn, so...
Got someone in the chat says, Bob, they just created a new drinking game. Drink every time Tito says Bob. I was smashed after 25 minutes. That's fair. Coming up next, though, we will have Jake Burns, Browns Film Breakdown, will join us. We'll talk about the Myles Garrett deal. We'll also tell you who's got his juice, morning juice.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
Knee pain's something I lived with since the big game, and I'm all over surgeries. That's how I found QC Kinetics. I was able to get in, see the doctors, do the treatment, and get my knee feeling basically brand new. I can work out, run, most importantly, chase my son around the house and the yard, and do my job without any pain.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
I'm Tracy Townsend, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. This community is my home, and it means everything to me. I care deeply about the stories we bring you each day, especially the ones that truly impact your life, from women's health and advocacy to the decisions happening at the State House. My goal is simple: help you feel informed and connected, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area. They're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We have a desire and passion for great customer service. Every detail is important to us. From your first phone call to the end of the project, Newman is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to educate you so you understand what's happening with your roof. We're in your corner to help you be confident in your decision. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. We are Newman.
Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps.
I'm dead sexy.
You're locked into Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice, final segment of the program. We'll get Jake Burns on here shortly. Talk about the Browns and their trade. Bob, I wanted to mention this at least, that A.J. Hawk, Chris Carter among the finalists for the College Football Hall of Fame. And
nice.
AJ should be a shoe-in. I think he should be in. The Chris Carter thing, I wonder how much they take into account the off-the-field stuff with him.
The illegalities?
Yeah, the sick bird stuff with him. Yes, I wonder about that. It's such a sordid story. I don't know how much of the story you know. But the fact, I think one of his brothers, not Butch. Butch was the one who played in the NBA. He had another brother, I believe, who kind of set up the meeting between Chris and this agency, Norby and Walters. They were the agency that signed, called Carter, gave him money, and but they were such a sordid group, that Norby and Walters. I know, I tell you, somebody who preys on young college athletes.
Huh?
Yeah. But the stories about the Norby and Walters group, Bob, if you go back and look at it, there were allegations of the threats they made to the players at the college level after they signed the deals, like threatening to break legs so they couldn't play in the NFL.
I like that.
I know you do, Bob. But the different things they would threaten them with, it was such a huge freaking deal in the mid-'80s.
Really?
Yes. It was. They would sign these guys to deals, and then they would threaten their families if they didn't let them represent them in the NFL. They said, look, when you go pro, we're your reps. If not, we're exposing you, or like I said, we're breaking your legs so you can never play in the NFL if you wanted to.
See, now, if Sorsby had somebody like that was helping to guide him, I don't think he would have gotten in nearly as much trouble.
Go back and look at the stories behind Norby
It's
and
kind
Walters.
of a joke, but I mean...
No, I know it is, but it's not.
Like back in the day, I mean...
I'm sorry, it's not Norby. It was Norby Walters and Lloyd Bloom. It wasn't Norby and Walters. Norby Walters and Lloyd Bloom. Those are the two. And I have often said, Bob, that was, in my lifetime, the saddest year of Ohio State football, 1987.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had high hopes coming in as being a top 5 team. You had Chris Carter in, you still had Spiels there, and they were going to be a great team. And then before the season starts, when Carter gets suspended and gets dismissed from the team, and then we had that was the year also then that Bruce got fired. Before all of that,
They beat Michigan. Which is what I've been told is all that matters.
I understand. That's all that matters, Bob. As long as you do that, you are It's a successful season for Ohio State football fans. But Norby Walters and Lloyd Bloom, though, the way they did that, they were convicted on charges of mail fraud, RICO violations, conspiracy, for all the stuff they did.
I love RICO violations. It kind of like lumps it all in together.
RICO brings up the fact that, that Law and Order for me on that one, by the way. Oh my gosh, Bob, I forgot to tell you my story. Maybe I'll tell you what's got us juiced, because it's a great story about yesterday, Bob. I was in the back of a police car. For a while. Jake Burns joins us now, Browns Film Breakdown. I hate bringing him and say, hey, I was in the back of a police car. Jake, thank you for joining us here. Appreciate that. Are you surprised, Jake, that the Browns have traded Myles Garrett?
I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I think what it all boiled down to was last offseason, where, if you recall, he was going on a bit of a public journey around the Super Bowl week, where he did want to be traded, but it was really fiscally impossible for the Browns to do last year. So because their cap situation was at a spot where, if his current contract was traded, it would have left a dead cap penalty that was really massive. Really a situation where they couldn't have fielded much of a 53-man roster. It was just impossible. So my hunch is that, if you recall, it kind of went from he once traded to, hey, here's a new 4-year, $160 million contract, which a lot of people thought was pretty suspiciously strange reversal of direction there. I think what happens is you get a silent agreement in place. Hey, it's not possible to trade you this offseason, but if we work this new contract, we'll also give you this no trade clause, which gives you the opportunity to control a bit more of your destination, right? We'll revisit this next offseason. The Browns saw it as a chance to try to convince him to maybe stick around another year, give enough evidence that they're going in the right direction. I think Myles didn't totally feel that way, and then that leads to where he still wants out. He doesn't have to publicly say it, but there's just an understanding there in place. So I'm not surprised at all to see this be so back end communicated, obviously between Myles and the team, but then ultimately between the Rams and the Browns. This was done well before it was announced yesterday.
Really? So this was a situation, just an A.J. Brown, that had been basically done and cooked, and we were waiting for the calendar to flip?
It felt as though that's really been the course of action the whole time, that there was a pretty mutual understanding of, like, if they didn't give enough evidence, maybe the quarterback play wasn't up to snuff, the offense didn't come around. It's not hard to see where they could convince him, like, hey, we just genuinely can't trade you, but to revisit.
Are you telling me a Pro Bowl quarterback didn't get it done for him? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. It definitely not quite the weight the Pro Bowl used to be, I'm sure, back when you were playing there. So there's obviously reasons that the Browns feel like the roster's in a better place, right? Like, I think they've got a real infusion of young talent, especially if this 26 class hits. But I think Myles is looking at his age, looking at his window, looking at a lot of different things around the organization, and just felt it was best for him to try to maybe go capitalize on that opportunity out in LA. So yeah, a lot of moving parts there, but it certainly felt like he wanted out. They kind of held their end of the bargain a year later when it was possible, and now we're here.
So one other question about this, not that you wouldn't want a player of Myles Garrett's caliber on your team. I mean, he's a generational pass rusher. When it's all said and done, depending on if he stays healthy, how long he goes, where he's going to be at in the all-time sack ranks. But as far as like his ability to create culture and try to be the face of the team, when you're paying somebody that much, usually that goes into more, and especially when you don't really have a quarterback that's settled, you become the face. It seems like that's not something that he really wanted to do, differently than maybe Joe Thomas. And were you getting as much of the intangibles out of him as you would have hoped if you were Cleveland?
Yeah, I don't think Myles is by definition like, let me put it this way. Is he a vocal leader? I don't think he's ever been that. Even back to the Baker Mayfield days when some of those other guys were taking the reins in that world, I don't think he views himself as that outspoken leadership type. Now, he leads by example. Nobody does more to get their body ready, I don't think. I mean, you've seen him up close. He's a physical specimen, and he's always ready to play. And obviously, in a year where it felt like he knew the Browns weren't going to be able to really go to the places everything, especially he himself wanted it to go, to set the sack record speaks to who he is as a player and what he can do ability-wise. But I don't think that he's ever totally become sort of that face of the franchise I think they hoped from a leadership constant presence around Berea perspective. Not to say that, like, listen, if Myles Garrett wanted to still be a Cleveland Brown, they would be more than happy. They keep paying him handsomely. I think that's a thing that people are not understanding around this. Like, if he wanted to be there, he would still be there. It's clear that he didn't want to continue to pursue this in the long way. Like you mentioned, Joe Thomas was happy to continue to pursue it. I think he just wanted to, get that change of scenery, get that place that could get him a chance to play meaningful play. He's talked about this a lot, just that desire to play in meaningful playoff games. And you could tell he was worn down over, especially the post run of like that 2021, 22-ish era where they thought they were going to really build something special. And then obviously it all came crashing down when you failed that Deshaun Watson trade the way it did. Obviously there's no one else to really blame here for what happened. In my opinion, the Browns put themselves in this predicament, largely taking a swing on a quarterback, which to me, I understand. You want to go out and try to find the elite quarterback when you can, but it didn't work. And when it didn't work, and ultimately it leads to a player of Myles' caliber saying, I just don't want to play here anymore. You have to kind of find the best pathway forward to figure out a solution that works for your team and for him. And I personally think they did that, given the restraint of a no trade clause and some other things hanging out there that made this trade a little tougher than I think public perception allows it to believe. I mean, Jared Verse is a very good young football player. 2 years in, he's a two-time Pro Bowler now. He's a Rookie of the Year defensively just in 2 seasons ago in 24. So a very high caliber player. And then you acquire a pick, although we all think it will be later in the first round. It is a very good draft as we sit here in June. We'll see what it ultimately looks like come January, but you feel like there's a lot of talent, and having an additional first, a second in the following year, and a third in the following year gives you some more ammunition to, if you want to go get a quarterback, if your pick isn't organically high enough, you do have some more ammunition to go put something together that could appeal to get into a higher pick slot and maybe get an Arch Manning or a Dante Moore, whoever else rises up the board.
Jake, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, at Jake_Burns18. And then I do a lot of work with the film at BrownsFilmBreakdown.com, and that's at BrownsFilmBDN on Twitter as well. So yeah,
appreciate the time.
Those places. Yeah,
thank you so much. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
All right, that was Jake Burns there. Bodie, let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
I'll let you guys decide this. If you want me to go last, I might have time to tell my police car story, or if you might go before you guys, if you want to hear the story. If you don't want to, that's okay.
No, let's
do the mic.
Turn my mic on. There we go. Let's hear from Schlegs. I can be quick and then go from there.
You can't train toughness in November. You train it in the winter, you train it in the spring, you train it in the summer. Because when you need it is in freaking November.
And in 310 days, Tito.
Yes. Right.
All right, guys, I'll be quick here. I'm going to go to the dentist today. How about that? National.
Prentice?
Thank your dentist. Yeah,
Prentice.
Exactly. So juiced about that, I guess. And juiced Bob to fight the Army of the Dead tonight. That is fully on the docket there. Didn't have much time to get into it yesterday. When you look at HBO Max and it's like, yeah, this episode's going to be hour 22. I'm like, okay, this
is like a mini movie.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll knock that out tonight. So that all has me juiced here on this Tuesday. What has you juiced, Carp?
Yeah, yesterday going up to Tartan playing 2 rounds of golf in 4 days for me is about as golfing Bob as you're going to get. But it was great to go up there and support Troy. What was cool is the first place team, which we were not in the running for that. They got little mini Heisman Trophy type deals, which
cheats.
Which was
cheated.
Pretty cool. Oh, listen, if you're going to cheat at golf, I mean, it says a lot about you.
That's fine.
For heaven's sake, especially in a charity golf scramble. But it was good to see Troy out there, Will Allen, Roy Hall, some of my former teammates. It's great to be a part of those guys and to just be able to help them and see what they're going through, talk about things in life and all the good stuff. And then last night, my youngest son Caleb and his little crew, they broke one of their team swim meet records.
Nice.
In the 200 free relay, yeah. So then they've actually got one more time to do it. They broke it by 2 seconds. I go, you could probably got a little more meat left on that bone. Might be able to get that done. So that had me juiced as well. And then tonight, be heading down to Mason, Ohio to watch the Upper Arlington girls take on Springboro in the state semifinals. So hopefully we'll be coming back tomorrow being juiced after a win.
After they've just ran roughshed through the tournament, is this at a point now where it's like probably a little more even playing field?
I think there might be some of the anxiety of just you're in the semis and you're right there, but I think they played Springboro this year already, and I think they took care of them pretty well.
Nice.
So
Right.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. So the first away game they'll have had, it's a neutral site down there, so we'll see how it goes. All right, Thitoff, tell us
Okay,
about
so
you.
I'm sitting at home yesterday,
Prison
by
Tito.
myself, sitting on the couch, and I see a couple of officers walking up my driveway. I'm like, oh, this can't be good. I open the door. I say, hey, officers, can I help you? They said, yeah. Are you? What they said was, do you own a dog named Rooney? And I said, yeah, we own a dog named Rooney. And he said, okay, he's down the street. He was chipped. He's chipped, which is good thing he was chipped, but he got out of your yard. He's down the street about a block and a half down in someone else's yard.
They called the police?
Whoever was, okay, so the homeowners, we live in UA, Bob. The homeowners see this dog. I think they call the police, the non-emergency
line. Dogs and cats in my backyard all the time.
Okay, but usually you eat them. But nonetheless, and they said, okay, they scanned it and said, okay, this is where he lives. So the police come down to my house. Now, I'm skeptical, all right, because they say to me, do you want us to drive you down there? And I'm like, okay.
Did you notice that the dog was gone?
No, because the dogs were outside the back. No, they're out back. They were out there. I didn't hear anything that would lead me to believe that one was gone. I heard
not hearing anything. Might be
I heard the one dog barking.
How long
I
had
didn't
they
know
been out there? You know,
maybe 15 minutes.
days.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was
Let's start to
anyway.
push it.
Nonetheless, I go back to my Law and Order knowledge.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I want to get in the back of the cop car. Because if you want to ride, we'll give you a ride. I'm like,
you ever
really?
sat in the back of a cruiser before?
No, that was my first time ever. And so
it's an interesting.
But I'm thinking
situation.
to myself, like, do I fall for this? And by the way, I know from watching Law and Order, if they say, hey, you want a cup of coffee? I'm not going to drink. It's on my DNA. Nope. I just said, okay, I'll sit back here. And I'm sitting back there, and I'm like, it's a hard plastic seat.
Yeah, there's no foam.
Yeah, it's a tough seat. Yeah.
Oh, because people excrete bodily fluids.
Yes.
There's all kinds of things going on. Yeah.
Okay, so
there's no seatbelts back there either.
No, I was like, is this against the law? Like, shut up. No, they didn't say that, but I said it's law. Anyway, I take a picture of me where I'm at, cops in the front, me in the back. I take a picture. I send it to what I would call my core group of peeps. And I said, my current situation. Okay? Now, I would think if you're a good friend of mine, you would say, ha ha, good one, whatever, like, must be a joke. No, they were all like, what happened? Do you need help? Nobody wondered if it was a joke. They all thought it was something serious.
I would say that's
no,
better.
That's not. No, because that shows you they think it's actually possible that at noon on a Monday, I could be locked up in the back of a cop car for some reason.
You did go to Brooklyn.
Doesn't matter. That's fine. That's you know what that is right there? That's neighborhood profiling. But nonetheless, so, and then I sent it to my wife, and she calls me, and she's like, oh my gosh, what happened? I said, sweetheart, just let me tell you this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I just want you to know.
You're a terrible person.
That's fine. That I'm really sorry. And she said, what? I said, I got to go. I hung up the phone. So then, I get call. I keep decline. I'm like, I can't talk right now in the back of a cop car. Right. And so anyway, listen. I eventually tell her it's like, the dog got out. That's all it was. She was so mad at me. She said, you know what? I will now be in the back of the car because I'm going to murder you. Because she was that upset about it.
Really?
But the fact that none of my friends actually said, ha ha, they actually thought I really could have been arrested.
Arrested for anything? For what,
at
being awesome?
Noon? At noon on a Monday, Bob?
Well,
in Upper Arlington?
You never
it's
know.
the kind of life you lead.
That's not the kind of life I lead. I don't lead. That's the whole point. I don't lead that kind of life.
Not anymore.
Well, no, not anymore. I mean, and you're not getting good luck getting my DNA. I'm not falling for that. All my Law and Order stuff, that all came
I
through.
haven't seen a movie that's come out in the last 23 years, but I'll tell you this. I've seen every Law and Order from the last 23 years.
I really have. Yes, I have. I'm telling you right now, there is no way in hell you're getting my DNA. Folks, that is it for Morning Juice. Coming up tomorrow, we will have Austin Ward on. We will have John Gerber on to preview the Memorial. We'll do all of that. This has been Morning Juice.